Then what is React Fragment? React Fragment is a feature in React that allows you to return multiple elements from a React component by allowing you to group a list of children without adding extra node to the DOM. So what happened? React is basically a component base, and component is just like simpler to our JavaScript function. And JavaScript like any functions which returns only one thing at a time. And in React, if you want to render a multiple elements, so for that purpose it provides a React fragment. We may do it with div and adding nested div in that particular page, but it adds the extra node. So by using this React fragment, so without adding the extra nodes to that DOM in our project, we can group a list of children. That's thing which make it more simpler and our application get more lightweight, because it will not get add a new extra node. To return multiple elements from component, you will need to wrap the element in a root element. So if you want to return multiple element in React component, we have to wrap the element in root element in a single element. Then we know that we make use of the render method inside component whenever we to render something to the screen. So there is a one method for rendering in React to the screen. We may render a single element or multiple elements. Through rendering multiple elements will require a div tag. So what we can do, we may render single element or multiple element. Through rendering multiple elements, like if you want to render a multiple element, so for that purpose we need div tag around the contents and like in nested form, as the render method will only render a single root inside it at a time. So it renders one thing at a time. So for that purpose we need a React fragment. Then what is the reason to use fragment? So reason to use fragment, as we saw in above code, like when we are trying to render more than one element, we have to put the entire content inside a div tag, which is not allowed by many programmers. So many programmers doesn't prefer to add a extra div element. Instead of that, so we use fragment. So in React 16.2 version, fragments were introduced. For that purpose, more programmers doesn't liking that extra div to the web page. So the reason in React 16.2 version they just introduced this concept like fragments, and we use them instead of extra instead of extra node like div tag. So it's simple the syntax like React dot fragment, it's closing, and it's React dot fragment opening, and this is closing, and in between that we can render multiple component like anything, navbar, main, like header, footer, all these things we can render. And it also provide some shorthand syntax like it's tiny a bit faster, without there is no need to write here like React dot fragment or React dot fragment. We just need to put it empty, so it will automatically get to know that these are the fragment. These are just shorthand. So what we see in that, we just seen that the React fragment are just used to make code faster. So because of without adding extra node instead of adding extra node like div for the root element, we can use the React fragment. With the help of what we can do, we can render the multiple things at a time. So that's an all for today.